And here we go. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining back to this day two of Be Agile Scrum. So let's get started. Yesterday, where we had left off, and we quickly just now revised the code of honor. And because for many of you, it is going to be day one still, what I am going to do is that I'm going to share my screen and share the course structure. Yesterday, when we started, not yesterday, earlier with the batch one, when we started, what you see on the screen had been the 6 weeks of program, but further with many questions, we included a lot of learning, updated learning, and we stretched it towards the 8 weeks of program. So what you see here on the screen is the course structure that we are going to anyway complete it. In a nutshell, if here it is with the old dates of 2021, I'm going to just showcase you the entire 6 weeks plan. These are the bare minimum thing that we are going to complete it anyway. I believe my screen is quite well visible to you all. Can you confirm? Just unmute yourself and say yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 So, all
Yes.
right. So let's get started. We have been each other's introduction and we have Claire's code of honor. So let's get started to know more about agility and flexibility. First, you need to know that as an agile practitioner, why you need to know about more agility and flexibility? Because as a word, people get confused that, okay, you need to follow certain principle of flexibility. No, not at all. Because you are playing here as a part of project. Okay, so when you are playing here or with a part of project, few principles that totally does not match with the agility, and that's the reason when you have very much clear idea what is flexibility and what is agility, you go ahead with the more in a more faster and flexible manner to deliver it faster. Deliver what faster? Deliver any software or application that you have taken as a responsibility, that you are going to do it faster. So I want to invite someone to read the first left column along with the headline on the screen that you see. Anyone, please unmute yourself and start reading.
Agility,
Go ahead.
agility, time boxed, fast moving, quick reaction.
Yeah, thank you. So here it says that agility and flexibility end goal will remain the same, but you adapt to the change. When we are talking about agility and what is agile, everyone, what we have learned about agile yesterday, what do we mean by agile? Being more agile in software industry. What is agile?
The software
Faster,
delivery
quicker.
approach.
It's a methodology.
It's a methodology
It's a methodology, it's a software delivery approach.
which is
This,
faster, quicker, and
yes.
ahead of competitor.
Yes, absolutely right. So with Agile, what is that? You have box. Box means box of the time. Means certain timeline you have to certainly deliver certain things. Okay. So to which we are going to call it as
I can't hear you.
yeah, because I went on mute. So you will find me going on mute today whenever means my throat was not good. So you will find me going on mute because I don't want sneezing, coughing to get recorded. That's the reason. So yeah, so I was on mute. I hope I'm being heard back again. So I'm audible, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
thanks. So to this, there is a terminology when we are limiting things into that time. It is called as time boxing. What it is called as, everyone?
Time
Time
boxing.
Time
box.
boxing. So always remember this. And second, it is always fast moving. The another approach and other trait for this is to move forward, move faster, and identify the failure faster. Okay, and for that, agility, when it has taken up, it has been embraced by people who figured out about the agility. when it was figured out, we will be looking at it into coming slide. But the main important thing is that when I said that fail forward, fail faster, it means that whatever in the software delivery approach was taken, uh, reaction was used to come from various direction, be it stakeholders, be it vendors, okay, be it in-house worker, be it I mean, as I said, a stakeholder. From everywhere, whatever you are building, whatever you are delivering, on that reaction is expected faster, because if at all required, you can fix that. Okay, so what we can fix that? So say for example, even if you are preparing anything, give me one example that you prepare almost daily, every single day, you prepare or you design or something like that. Give me a random example, or even occasionally you prepare that at your home, or
Coffee.
wherever. Coffee you prepare, okay. So the preparation of coffee in agile method will be little bit different, okay. So say for example, there will be coffee, and if in case at all you are owner of coffee shop as well, or say for example you have invited guest at your home and you're preparing coffee for them. So you need to identify the quick reaction, because you want to serve with the really oh, good coffee with taste well, its brewing and its aroma is really attractive. And for that, what you do, you choose different type of coffee. But whenever you are preparing, you might identify someone from your home to taste a little portion of it and give you immediately feedback. If it is going to be delayed, there could be chances. Either uh, your coffee may get spoiled, or second, it may lose its heat, or it may get colder, okay. It may get colder, and for that very reason you find someone at home who can quickly give you feedback that what is missing, or it is really what is expected or something, and based on that you take the decision to serve that immediately or with little bit of delay. Does it happen when you serve to your guest? Yeah, yeah, you
Yes.
identify, or sometime you feel like you're testing yourself. How is the test? Okay, you test yourself a few drops or a little portion of it, and then you go ahead and serve it. So this is a quick example of quick reaction towards the delivery what you decide to give. That is in software industry world. So how quick reaction is going to help you to serve the product in a better manner, give the service in better manner. With quality, not just without quality. With this example, why quality is very important? Did I give the example of quality yesterday? Quality delivery? Has I
No.
given? No. So I was organizing one. I was conducting a training, and there I organized one small play. And this had happened for the first time, where I asked multiple people to go into the group, and I gave them multiple newspapers, and gave them proper dimension of one piece of newspaper, and I asked all those audience to prepare a good boat, paper boat of the same size, same quality, and looking identical, and submit as much as they can. So many of them submitted, some submitted 50, some 100, some 75. So number was really high. One set of person who was the leader of that group, he comes forward and gave me only 7 boards, and those boards were really identical, really looking beautiful, of the same weight, and there was no flaw at all into that. But those who gave us means 75, 50, every single board, someone was like it was little tilted, some portion was little bit tone, was really not good in quality. What I asked them, and those were from corporate, from different um, different position. I asked them, everyone here in the means banquet hall have submitted almost more than 10, and you could not even achieve 10. What is the reason behind it? Do you know what the answer I got from them, from one of the participant, from of the same group who submitted only 7? Any idea what answer he could have given to me?
He wanted to maintain the quality.
Exactly, you are right. He said that we don't believe in the production in quantity. We want to build trust first so that we can gain the repeat order, and that's the reason we always wanted to submit uh, this one, to which we call it as a high quality product. We will be talking about more towards the quality towards the uh, end of Agile Scrum, as this is the combo. 4 weeks we will be focusing towards Agile and Scrum, and we will transition in the 5th week towards business analysis. So this, in this transition phase, we will be talking more towards the quality. So I was quoting one statement over here, over there in that training, and I said that whoever you are, whoever you be anything in this entire world, but always remember at the end you have to become CDO, not the CEO of any company. Do you know what does CDO mean? Anyone here who knows what do we mean by CDO? You don't have to be the even CEO of any company. Even if you are CEO, change your designation and be CDO, because that is the bottom line in any business. So what do we mean by CDO?
Customer decision owner, kind of.
Data,
Chief Data Officer.
chief
No,
director,
you don't have to be very, techie person.
chief
If you,
director.
so no data or no decision, you have to look
Development.
for, no, no, no. At the end, customer wants to feel how customer wants to feel.
Delighted.
Delighted. So you be customer delight officer. Okay. So that should be the bottom line in any industry you go today, tomorrow. At the end, when it comes to support and maintenance, and when it comes to, giving the support, they look for the quality. At the end, even you feel like go away from any shop or any grocery store or from any service center feeling delighted. Do you all agree with me? That this is what exactly everyone is looking for when it comes to the customer service. Don't you agree with that?
Yes.
Yes.
Anyone who is not agreeing with this? I believe all of you are agreeing with this. Yes. So this has to be bottom line. And why I'm sharing you over here, because you guys are going to be a customer facing person tomorrow. You will be placed as a product owner or business analyst. You are going to be customer facing. And in case you are going to get placed as a scrum master, your role will be more and more clear as a leader, because you are going to make your team members who are going to face the customer, you want to instill this trait in them as a part of being the leader. So that's the reason, to even future scrum master, this should be very much clear. Uh, is it clear to all of us? Say yes, unmute and say yes. Thank you.
Yes.
So this was all about the agility approach and flexibility. So flexibility, here, you will deliver, but you are king of your own time. You won't be even worried about the customer, whatever you are going to deliver, because you are not responsive and not responsible and not accountable to anyone. You continue to move as per your own wish. You continue to delay towards the delivery. There is no fixed time. So flexibility will really not align with the agile approach, because agile is very much systematic, and flexibility does not follow any system. So be very much clear when you are talking about agility. Even in interview, there are some trait of agility you are going to follow. You may get confused, because be aware of this word flexible itself, because it means that goal is always clear. path may vary, but again, that will follow the agile approach, not the flexible approach. So this is what exactly I wanted to share and bring the clarity over here. Just give me a second, guys. Yeah. So I'm just going to remove the notation. Yeah, so now no one can, uh, disturb the screen. So having said so, let's get into understanding towards the history of agility, how it all started. Prerna, would you like to take the history slide? Let me know if you are there, or I can continue.
Uh, are you talking to me, Prerna?
No, trainer Prerna, coach Prerna. Okay, teacher Prerna. So Prerna, if you are around,
Okay.
yeah,
Yes, yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Do you want to take this or should I continue? Tell me.
Please continue. I'll just,
Okay,
I'm having a
sure.
little trouble. I will
No
continue the
problem.
next week.
Yeah, sure. So, guys, now let's understand Agile intro, how it all started. But before we understand, you have already understood by the three stages, three secret of agility. Do you remember that? What was three secret we had seen? Who remember that?
Soft skills, intent, and
My
Mindset, soft
mindset,
skills.
absolutely. However, thank you so
methodology.
much for sharing that. However, in the modern agile, this is very, very important. As a future scrum master, you must pay attention to this as a product owner as well. Make people awesome. All the stakeholders whose stake is there in the project, you have the this is your responsibility to make them feel awesome. Okay, deliver value continuously. You are not going to deliver product or service, you are going to deliver what, everyone?
Quality.
You value,
Value.
value. Quality is the part of that value. So make things more feel valued, that you are delivering the value. Make safety a prerequisite, and because safety is the prerequisite means how you will make safety as a prerequisite, because your customer has committed to the market some deadline. Based on that, if you are delivering something before time, you are making sure that safety has been the prerequisite. Okay, if you identified some risk, you are sharing back to the customer well beforehand with the mitigation plan. You are making safety as a prerequisite. Okay, risk means what? If customer does not give more clarity on certain modules preparation, it is not going to get delivered sooner as the desired or decided time or agreed time. Do you all agree with me what I'm saying? Is it making sense to you all?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the another you can say that another trait of the agile, and experiment and learn rapidly. When we are talking about experiment, there is very important ceremony is there in agile that gives you liberty to experiment and then learn from that very rapidly. And for that very reason, that ceremony is very, very important. We will be looking at it, and this is how the agile functions. Is it clear? Let's get started towards the history of it, from where Agile came. So before we are going to talk about Agile, let's understand something what had been the old way before Agile, how we used to go ahead further. So what exactly we practice? So what exactly we used to do is that, do you remember Agile is the methodology, and along with Agile, there used to be one more popular methodology before 2000. Year 2000. Waterfall. Yes. So we used to call it as a waterfall model. So in a waterfall model, what exactly used to happen? Customer used to come to you with the requirement, and customer used to say more thing about his requirement, his trouble, his challenge. So then set of this IT team, what they used to do, they used to gather that requirement, and to that phase we used to call it as a requirement gathering phase. Okay, what we used to call it as, everyone?
Requirement gathering.
Requirement gathering phase.
Gathering.
Yeah. So we used to call it as a requirement gathering. Okay. And okay. So this was requirement gathering. Customer comes to you, they give you more data, and then you go back, ask your team to do this. What? Your team is BA and all, they used to document it. And that's the reason we used to call this phase as what? Which phase?
Documentation.
Documentation phase.
Documentation.
So sometime it used to go hand in hand, and in the past, old, workbooks or, reference books, you will find that it comes together, requirement gathering and documentation. And when a requirement is gathered, documentation is done, then it used to go to software developers, and they used to first design it. Okay, they used to design it well, means how does exactly it look like. Okay, they will have the clear idea about it, and they will go ahead and they will uh, design it. Its UI will be designed well, and to integrate it with the system and application, they used to choose to code well so that it will function well, and they used to code it. Okay, and to this we used to call which phase, everyone?
Coding.
Coding phase. Okay, so, and it used to happen in for every damn project, be it a 1 year long project, be it a 2 years long project, 4 years long project. This is how it used to happen. When design and coding happens, then they should know that it is functioning well, and for that very reason, they used to send it for
Testing.
testing. And to this phase, we used to call it which phase? Just now you said?
Testing.
Testing phase.
Testing.
And once testing is done, then they used to deliver it to which we
Deployment.
used to call it as deployment phase. Okay, you are absolutely right. Everyone of you are knowing what exactly it used to happen. And when deployment is done, then customer used to ask for this phase. Always it happens after deployment and delivery, to which everyone seeks for this. Okay, and this is
Support and
Maintenance.
maintenance.
support and maintenance. So what used to happen? So until unless each and every step is followed, customer could not get the delivery well in time. So what exactly used to happen is, wait a second, what exactly used to happen, it always followed this approach only. Okay, it always followed this approach. Okay, and till deployment, when it used to come, sometime it used to be a year, when customer, because vendors has to follow these all things. First they need to gather the requirement, then document it, then design it, then code it, and then test it, and then deploy it. So by the time vendors used to reach to this phase and deliver the software to the customer, do you know what used to happen? Sometime it used to follow, or used to take a year or so to follow this entire process, one by one by one by one by one by one. Can you imagine? Could you think? Could you guess how long it might used to take to reach up to? Say, for example, customer came today in the month of January, and he gave us a good amount of project. I mean, a simple banking project. He wanted n number of things in his bank, for his banking, um, banking users, or say for their customer, and they are gathering requirement, documenting, designing, coding, testing. How long you think that minimum it used to take? Minimum, I am asking. Any idea? If it is
9 to 12 months.
3 years.
years, yes, absolutely right. It used to take sometime years. And imagine if something you're delivering after the years, will that be acceptable? Because customer had given the requirement year back, and now you are delivering year after. What you have delivered, will it match with the market trend?
No.
No.
No, because in market is changing so rapidly, applications are changing so rapidly, mindset are changing so rapidly. What you will deliver during that time after a year with the based on year old requirement, there will be huge difference like earth and sky. Okay, the huge difference like it will be completely outdated. After a year, things will be outdated, right? It will not compatible to the speed even, because every single time users are getting habituated of lightning speed of response. Today the world is changing and getting introduced and getting habituated of the instant responses. And if you are giving someone which will respond to something, which will respond, say for example, in a day. You remember old days, I don't know how many of you remember that when you used to copy something from one directory uh, to one location. Any one of you remember the old days of Windows 95? Have you seen that PC, those era? Do you remember Windows 95 days? You
Yes.
used
Yes.
to copy something from folder A to folder B, and if it is longer in the size, sometime it used to say that um, uh, 1 year 1 day is remaining, or
Yes.
1 month 3 days remaining, and sometime
Yes.
even it is completing the complete copy and paste. um, if you lose the internet connection, everything goes back to its original. Nothing has been copied. You remember that used to happen?
Yeah.
Yes.
This used to be pain in neck every time. Okay, I mean, so who will do that? Who will follow such speed? So I'm talking about waterfall model was in those era. Okay, so it never competed with the market. And then what happened, because I believe I'm recording, yeah. So what then used to happen, that because it used to be so much time consuming, it was kind of a situation to get fed up of. What exactly happened then, So this happened. I'm going to share my screen again. So in 2000, okay, 17 software engineer came together for the brainstorming purpose. Okay, the reason is that those days the software used to be quite cumbersome, heavy weighted, and so time consuming. Okay, so in fact they started these all things in the late 1990s. Okay, and they came together, they brainstormed together, and they came up with the idea during in 2001. They released Agile Manifesto for the first time. Okay, and they introduced this Agile to the world. So to know the more detail of it, I want to invite someone to read the first paragraph of on the screen. So anyone, please
The
go
Agile
ahead.
intro. So Agile history. In 2001, the Agile used in Agile Maestro. Early 2070s, software develops the brainstorm and recognized this.
Yeah. So what exactly happened in Agile history? It is talking that 2001 Agile used in Agile Manifesto. So first, Agile Manifesto was introduced, and Manifesto contains multiple things. So you are going to know more about what is Agile Manifesto in coming slides. Or coming days, more in detail. Agile Manifesto consists of as values and principle. More we will be talking about this, because to start with and adapt anything, and to understand that approach, you need to understand its manifesto, what exactly it says, what to do, what not to do, what to consider, what not to consider, and what should be the intent as well. As I say that three secrets of Agile are intent, soft skill, and mindset. So when you will read the Agile intro, you will get to know this is the mixture of all these three things, what I said. Then, when they introduced these 17 software engineers, software developers came together, brainstormed, and recognized the need of the Agile, and they introduced in 2001 Agile Manifesto. There, they mentioned the word Agile. Okay, I want someone to read the second paragraph, please.
Speed of agile, cumbersome software versus lightweight software, early feedback.
Yeah. So why the need of agile was experienced? Because as I said that I gave you the example of copying one file from one location to another. You remember that? Just while ago I gave you the example how it used to be very time consuming. That's number one. You remember that? Everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. The another example, sometime even machine used to hang in a way that even if you are moving one element from one direction to another, drag and drop, sometime your mouse used to take a lot of time. Even if you are moving mouse, just now you see that from week one, my mouse is there. And if I need to take the towards the bottom of the screen, it is not taking really time. But sometime earlier, during 90s, what used to happen? If the software used to be so cumbersome, when you move from one location to another location, sometime it used to take a lot of time. Has anyone experienced this? As you are moving, your hand might have moved, but the mouse is responding very, very slow. So, because that kind of software, heavy weighted software used to get produced, which for compatibility, the application used to struggle with the P1 computers. Anyone experience that? Because I had experience.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
that used to
Yes.
happen. So it was really not lightweighted. When it comes to feedback, when software developers are, approaching for the feedback, then what used to happen? You just now see that when the feedback used to come, the feedback used to come by following these all process. Okay, and it used to take years. Okay, to get the response of it, and for that very reason they see the need of the early feedback. Okay, so the whole intent went back towards the cumbersome software should not be there, but it should be lightweighted software. Early feedback and instant response will serve towards the agility. I want someone to read the agile evolution, third paragraph,
I can
please.
read
Agile
it. I
evolution
can
Go ahead.
read.
in
Go ahead.
Agile evolution in 1990s, the approach were changing, methods were changing, common practice was identified, which led to the need of Agile, SDLC, then pair programming, then Agile, then Kanban, and scaled Agile.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. So what exactly happened? Um, as I said, that in 90s the approach was changing, methods were changing, and what are the common practices that was identified? Okay, and then the need of agile came. These 17 software developers introduced it because they first understood what is software development life cycle, what all a software has to undergo when it comes to the delivery towards the customer. Okay, so they understood every life cycle, they understood every phase of the life cycle that had been inspired from waterfall model. So what is the full form of SDLC, everyone? Just now I said, what is the full form of
Software
Software
development
development
life
life cycle.
cycle.
Software
Development
development life cycle.
life cycle.
Absolutely, absolutely, that's right. So inside software development life cycle, whenever I talk even about code of honor at the start, I talk about mindset, and in mindset, I also talk about one more methodology, which has been the part of agile methodology. Do you remember that?
Kanban.
No, I don't talk about that. I
Scrum.
no, I talk about that methodology. I say it has been inspired from lean management or lean methodology. And inside lean, there is a framework called Kaizen framework, which has been inspired from Toyota. You remember that? Which talks about continuous learning. And from there, it
Yes,
is,
yes,
yeah. So,
yes.
there they explored multiple ways, okay, multiple ways that in which industry, what, delivery models are being practiced. Okay, and they also introduce and got to know about that pair programming can be done. So in pair programming, what exactly happens? People work in pair. Okay, they program in pair, they test in pair, they review in pair, and they deliver accordingly. Okay, what do you see here? Kanban is a framework. Like if I'll talk about agile, let me give you the right example. of methodology plus framework. So are you ready for the example, everyone? Yeah. How we will identify what is framework, what is.
Yes.
So I will give you non-technological example. Imagine you are at the ground floor of a tower, okay? And um, in that tower, there are multiple ways to reach to the 100th floor, and everyone at the ground floor is aspiring to reach to the 100th floor, okay? And so going is a method, okay? Going is a method, reaching is a method, okay? But how you reach, that will be the framework. So there will be multiple framework, okay? In that framework, there are the steps, okay? Then there are lifts, then there are pickup vans, because there are some pathways that has been crafted in a way that you can just sit in the pickup shuttle van, and you can use the recliners to go and reach to the various floors. That's the third framework. The fourth framework, that it has been skeleton. So you see that there are multiple ways, okay, multiple ways to achieve the same goal in the same campus. So here the methodology can be so there are multiple method. One is to one method is to reach to the top floor, but the framework are multiple. Likewise, when we are talking about agile, so here you will see there will be multiple framework as well, through which one delivery can be through using that one delivery can be achieved. So when we are talking about agile, you will happen to hear a few more frameworks. So inside agile is a methodology, then Kanban and Scrum are the framework. So whenever you will hear about the Scrum is the one framework, Kanban is the one framework. Sometime people will use the combination that from the third floor you can have a skeleton, or from fourth floor the pickup will be there. So you see that the multiple frameworks have been combined together. Likewise, sometimes Scrum framework and Kanban framework will be combined together. You will get to see and hear that as well. To such framework, we will be calling at a as a Scrum Bun framework. What we will be calling it as, everyone?
Scrum.
Scrum Bun, combination of both.
Scrum bun.
Now, here question is that I'm good for now. I'm getting what is agile methodology. I'm understanding the ways are called as framework, but I'm curious to know what is Scrum and what is Kanban, because you just now shared. Are you interested? Are you curious?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we
Yes.
will be
Yes.
looking at more in the details of it, and it is these are very simple, okay? And gradually you get to know more about this Scrum framework and Kanban framework. There's a very simple, visible tools or visible approaches. So that will come to you very, very soon. We will be talking right now. I'm not going to talk about it. Just look at the introduction and history of it. I want someone to read the last paragraph over here, please.
So just one question
Yeah,
before
go
we go
ahead.
to the next paragraph.
Mhm.
What is in Jira? Is that also related to Agile, right? So
Yeah,
is that
yeah.
also a framework, Jira?
No, these are the tools. So I will be more talking about various tools into the next session. Okay. So
Got it.
Jira is a tool. So Jira is a
Okay.
tool that will give you liberty to work in agile method. Okay.
Okay.
Jira is the project management tool. You can understand. Jira is a defect tracking tool, requirement management tool. Means multiple things you need to manage. To manage something, you need some tools, and for that, Jira is one of the tools. Say, for example, presentation is one of the method. Either you can choose to present using PPT, that is PPT, MS PowerPoint is one of the tool. You will have also Google presentation, that will be another tool. You will have you can choose to present using Canva as well today, that will be also another tool. So the purpose is to present. Likewise, the entire software has to be managed, and that management has to be visible using some tool. Jira is one of the tool. So likewise, there are multiple such tools. and we will be getting to know about what is trending in the market.
So we'll be studying about those in detail.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank
All
you.
right. So
Mhm.
cool. Any questions so
Wait.
far? Further? No? So
No, thank you.
yeah. Thank
Where
you for asking.
Agile works when customer is ready to accept small pieces of large application to keep their customer hooked until it is ready to be used as a whole.
Yeah, so now I'm bringing you the wonderful example. This had been one of my favorite example. Uh, Even though we are touching this, it says that when Agile works, when customer is ready to accept a small pieces of large application to keep their customer hooked until it is ready to be used as a whole. So imagine a customer comes, okay, and you are a business owner, you are expert in um, software development and software delivery, and say, hey, I'm trying to start my bank because I have a lot of money. Lot means lot of money. I'm king of money making, and I was thinking that how to manage such money, and for that very reason I have identified big business owners to whom we can lend the money, to whom we can ask to save their money as well. So I'm starting banking system, can you develop a banking software for us? So then as a vendor you will ask, okay, what exactly you need in banking? He says, I want every single thing. I want the customer to be added. I want that customer should deposit money in our bank. I want customer to uh, open all the accounts, be it recurring deposit, fixed deposit, saving account, current account, all those account, and customer should come for loans as well. Do you think all this system, this is adding customer, even customer view balancing, and then opening RD, recurring deposit account, fixed deposit account, saving account, current account, and adding the loan management system, all these are possible to just finish it in a day or a month, everything all together?
No.
No,
If you have
absolutely.
just small team, no, it is not possible. And for that reason you will have to approach uh, very differently. How you are going to approach is that, imagine you have a 5 years old child at your home, okay, and he
Yeah,
is
Gaurav,
very,
just sorry for interrupting. Let
yes,
me know when I can continue. Yeah,
yeah,
please go ahead. Yeah.
sure. So I'm going to another example, okay? So imagine there is a child at your home, okay, and that child asks you in the breakfast, okay, I need some interesting breakfast. Tell me what you can bring for me, okay? And you saw that yesterday from the grocery store you have bought something that is not even the slices, but this is loaf of the bread, okay? This is not the slices, but this is loaf of the bread. And what you are going to do with that? So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to reshare whiteboard in front of you. So it is going to come like this. Yeah. So what exactly happened? There is a kid, and excuse me for and consider that um, kid is your customer. Okay, this kid is your customer, and in front of him, now you need to serve him something. Okay, and you have a loaf of bread. Okay, the loaf of bread, and that loaf of bread is so much interesting, it is so much long, but you cannot serve that entire loaf of bread to the customer, to the kid. But in between, there is some interesting thing, okay? There are, some tutti frutti, okay? Tutti frutti, you understand what do we mean by tutti frutti? Yeah, tutti
Yes.
Yes,
frutti, just
yes.
like
Yes.
cherries.
Yes. The
Okay.
cherry.
Yeah. So, and his focus is over here, that I want slices. I don't want to eat the entire thing, but this piece is very interesting to me. Okay. And I want these layers first. How will you serve to that client? How will you serve to that, child? This is bread of loaf. what you will, you know that this child cannot eat the entire piece of the loaf. So what do you think? How
We'll cut it,
We'll cut
cut
it
it in
into
pieces.
slices.
brilliant.
So make a
So
slices and
yeah, absolutely, yes. So what you will do, you choose to slice it. Okay. You choose to do what? You choose to slice it further. Okay. So you cut it into multiple slices. Okay. Easy consumable slices, isn't it? The slice you will do, but that slice should not be also like, the unconsumable. It should be thin enough. It should be consumable enough. And when it is gone to its plate, it should be finished as well. Okay. So what exactly happens now? I'm just getting into the entire agile delivery model, and the multiple slices are given. So what exactly happened? You with with your partner, okay? You with your partner, you hold a meeting, okay? And in that meeting, uh, grandparents are also there, okay? I'm very weak into this, okay? So even grandparents are there, okay? So, and customer is not there. In this meeting, what you decide that, okay, how this requirement or how this thing should be served. So you remember, as a product owner, say for example, you remember, so your grandparents are, say they are scrum master, the lady who runs the home, she is a product owner, and rest business analyst, who have gathered the requirement. Now, Scrum Master remember that how it has to be served into the plate of the client. So what it does, he calls a meeting and he prioritize all the slices. Okay, all the slices. So you say, with the agreement of a business analyst, because you are knowing the customer's requirement that this guy needs all the slices first, which is having the tutti frutti. Okay, so what you have done, you have prioritized all the slices, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So
Yes.
when you have
yes,
prioritized those slices, will you deliver all the slices even if they are prioritized, all 5, 7 slices directly to the customer?
No.
No, you won't. So what you will do, you will first bring the highest priority module first, highest priority slice first, and you will see that it is well cut, it is hygienic, it tastes still well. Okay, so you may choose to test a small cut or small portion of it, and then if you are satisfied it is deliverable, then in the plate at a time one slice will go. Now this will get inspired from this, from the meeting. Now if it is consumed, then you will move to the second. If it is consumed, then you will move to the third. Now if that has happened, you ask the child, hey, how it was, are you liking the shape, or you want in a different shape, this should be, what is making you more interesting to eat it. So you get some feedback from the client, you hold again further meeting with these all people, and you decide for the next round, next day, I'll be doing some changes, these slices I'll change the shape of it and we will deliver it. Are you understanding what is happening, considering the kid as a child, and how you are delivering the slices? Likewise the software has to be delivered. Are you with me so far? Means the
Yes.
requirement will be huge, but this requirement has to be cut into the smaller and consumable and consumable and workable manner, so that customer can work onto that. Customer is not interested at once on the entire software. First give them some portion on which they can start working upon. Is it making some sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And for that,
Mhm.
everyone is responsible. Product owner, scrum master, business analyst. This is how we are going to deliver the software, how we are delivering the slice of the cake. Yeah. So isn't it quite easy when you understood the approach? It is as easy as serving a cake, because you won't find this example ever anywhere in any textbook or in any industry. But if you let it sink in your mind and understand how it is served, even if you tomorrow give such example to just explain what do you mean by agile, you know, I'm very proud to share that one of candidate told me that, sir, I gave the exact same example, and because I shared that example, I was hired based on that example. Okay, I'm very proud to share that. So some people who are coming from the technical background, they are not able to digest even this example. We are talking about technology. You are giving the example of food. Okay, so the idea is not what I'm giving. Idea is how I am giving. Is it relatable? Is it understandable? It is connectable. Okay, so it is not what you are giving, it is how you are giving is very important. It is not what software you are giving, how you are giving the software. So in agile, that's the reason it is all about the mindset, intent, and soft skill. With me so far, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, able
Yes.
to connect and relate. So
Yes.
this is how it has to be, very much simplified. If you are able to connect, then let's go to the next quick element. So
Sir,
what?
sorry, I have one doubt in
Yeah,
this.
Ketan. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So, as you gave the example, it shows that the whatever software or the application, it should be developed in object-oriented, means it should be developed model-wise, multiple models. Whatever model is the best, just deliver that one,
No, no,
right?
no. I did not say what is the model is the best, just deliver that. Did I say so? What is the best, just deliver that? Anyone heard that, me saying that?
Then I
No.
didn't understand the concept.
Okay. So I said whatever client is asking, deliver that, Ketan. Just don't miss that. So client will decide what is priority for me. Client will convey to product owner that, hey, I am most interested in this one. Are you able to recall? You might have missed this. The kid is interested, kid communicated that, hey, I am interested in those slices which is having the tutti frutti. This communication had been translated and communicated back into the vendors, into the forum, to the grandpa, and then grandmother, and then product owner, father, mother, everyone in the family knew what exactly kid is looking for, and you prioritize that and you deliver that fast and faster and first. So likewise in software industry, client will ask you what exactly is his or her priority. She will communicate it to the product owner. Product owner will translate, and in first meeting, they will announce that these are the highest prioritized modules or items we need to deliver, and we need to, we need to prepare and we need to deliver. Did it make sense to you? Are you able to connect
Yeah.
back?
Yeah, but so in that case, uh, whenever we use agile, uh, our means whatever we are going to develop, that should be object oriented, like module wise. It won't be
See, when you say
procedural style.
object oriented, it will be completely different thing. Module wise, when you will say that will be a different thing. I'm not saying that everything will be object oriented. When you are talking about object oriented, I'm not touching here if you have coming from the object oriented programming language and Java. I'm not referring to that. Are you coming from there, Ketan?
No.
Okay. So be very clear over here. It's instead of object oriented, can we say module wise, which you have also referred. So yes, answer is module wise, Ketan. So why
Okay.
I'm telling just don't
So,
use the word object oriented.
how to decide the deadline of a project?
Are we
Means
talking
when we are
about the
using
deadline right now? We are not talking about deadline. What we are talking about? First, we are talking about what to deliver. Deadline is a total different subject. We will be talking about that. And can we talk about it when it comes, Ketan? Because gradually you will try, gradually we are going to achieve everything. But at day one, I don't want you to give all things together to everyone, because you may not get confused, but others may. So is it okay if we follow step-by-step process? Whenever the deadline topic will come, we will be talking about that. Is that okay,
that
Ketan?
is fine.
Yeah.
That is fine.
So, but for now, are you clear that prioritized things will be asked by customer? Are you good with this at least?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So everyone, so prioritization will be done by customer first and will be communicated to client, and with that conversation or communication based on that, customer will come back, reprioritize the thing and translate it back to the entire team. So that has been, so gradually you see that we are shifting the gear and getting towards the understanding that how we will be working together as a team. So here what you see is that today we have just now talked about agility, flexibility, manifesto. We will be also looking at the principle and best practices. So let's understand more towards agility and flexibility more in detail. So Prerna, you wanted to take this slide, next slide. If you are there, maybe you might be speaking on mute, Prerna.
Yeah, Gaurav. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Okay, so after this very interesting and very detailed explanation by Gaurav, let us try to learn more about how we can, understand that what is agility and what is flexibility, right? So many a times what happens is in typical business scenario, these words might be used alternatively, right? So when we say agile, faster, quicker, we learned yesterday, we might just feel that okay, it's one and the same thing. But to be clear, these are different concepts and they have different advantages as well, right? So let me give you a clarity. Before I start, I'll request three different people to read out the three paragraphs which are mentioned here. Okay, go ahead.
Agility and flexibility are common interchanged, but they're not the same.
Can I read?
Yeah, go to the yeah. Please go to the next point as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
When referring to flexibility, it generally means scheduling or planning for an unforeseen development. These types of developments are usually unexpected surprises, but businesses can plan for them and make room in their regular business procedures for adaptations as necessary. Thank you.
When referring to agility, it usually means being able to respond to unplanned for or unscheduled external circumstances in more effective way by delivering best possible desired output.
Thank you so much for reading it out. Now, after reading this, can some of you try to tell me the difference or try to share the difference that you have realized, the difference between flexibility and agility? It's mentioned there, but I want to know what is your understanding. Sure.
Yeah, please go ahead, guys.
Hi.
Yeah, guys, I'm asking, like we read this. Yeah, we read this that in English is plainly mentioned that it is different and it is time bound, and it is as per the event occurs and then we respond. So what do you understand? Don't worry, I'm there to explain in detail, but I just want to understand how you are trying to get this.
My understanding, flexibility is looks like a more according to the time calendar scheduling, planning it just in case if you have to, if there is any breakdown, then you schedule. It's almost like timing, it's planning. So you have some time. So I think that's what is called flexibility, to give that room for planning and everything. When referring to agility, it usually means being able to respond to unplanned or unscheduled.
Shall I go with?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
agility.
Flexibility, what I understood is like you are flexible enough to change your plan or change what you are trying to do or the way you do whenever an unexpected thing happens, or unexpectedly, if whatever Gaurav took the example, suddenly the child asks to like a different flavor.
Right.
So we are flexible enough to change the flavor. And regarding agility, what I understood is it's the response. So maybe the family members who are like the developers or whatever, the family members who are making or baking or getting the flavor or like the choice or the priority of the child, they are responding. So the quicker
that's a good word. Thank you for using that. Yeah.
The quicker way or the way they respond or react to the child's wish is agility.
Okay. So now, thank you so much, first of all, for your inputs. See, why this, first of all, the first thing that should come to your mind is why this slide, okay? So why this slide is because these can be sometimes typical interview questions just to gauge and know that your understanding, how well is your understanding of Agile is, okay? So when we say about agility and flexibility, it has some very clear-cut, differences which we need to understand. Like, first of all, they are interchangeably used, but they are not the same. Okay, so it's not the exact same thing. There are two different ways, two different approaches how these terminologies are implemented. So see, basically what happens, I'll tell you. Like my personal professional example. So imagine there was some picnic organized by office junior team on their own, not an official picnic, and they were out of town for a weekend. And then on Monday, being an important deployment and delivery, some of them didn't turn up. I mean, this has actually happened with me. Okay, so they didn't turn up. There were no people to work on that activity. So in that situation, what as a project manager I had to do is I had to call somebody else who was in that project. Luckily, who didn't go to the picnic, or even they went, they were whatever, coming, but they were not completely involved in the project, but still had a basic idea and I could guide them for the activity. So I planned those resources for that activity. So here, if you say I was flexible in my work to achieve my target or achieve my ultimate delivery. So the thing is like, to get my work done, I have to twist and be flexible and get my work done. Whereas when we talk about agility, so agility has a lot of scope, or it is completely based on your pre-plan. Okay, so it's like fine. So in this scenario, if we would have already had an agile setup, I might have backup resources, or I might have a different plan where if it is not an important delivery, if I could talk to my client and postpone it by a day or two, or something or the other I could work out. So do you think do you understand between planned events and unplanned events? Yes, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's kind of the same. So when you're planned, then definitely you're well equipped to handle the situation. You are somewhere, you have a better idea about the outcomes, and you are ready to face it and to manage it. Whereas in flexibility means, in a way, you are going with the flow to manage the things. Does it make difference? Does it make it clear in your mind?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One second. Yeah. So, and another important thing is agility basically means you are responding in a way that you want to achieve the best output. Okay. So, like the example Gaurav was giving, that time, what was the motive of that activity? That the child's expectation, their happiness should be achieved, right? So, in this, when we speak about agility, though there is an unplanned event, we have to focus on whatever delivery we are giving, that has to be at the best. Like I'm not sure you guys do that, but here in a lot of my female friends or cousins, they like when their kids, younger kids, toddler, they want to have pizzas, and out of the blue they ask for something, and they're like, no, mama, I want pizza, I want to eat that. So what is the most local jugaad, or I would say it's a last minute hack. Mothers simply get one or two rotis or chapatis, and they'll add little toppings and cheese, and then they'll either microwave it or at least on a pan, and they kind of cut it and give it. So what do you think it is? It is just a last minute plan. It is you being agile to complete your child's unplanned demand or request. Make sense? Make sense? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So simply means you were not equipped, but still you ensured that your final outcome or your final delivery is the best. So this is the difference. You can always say flexibility means just you are managing the things and you're not, shouldn't be saying that you're not bothered, but ultimately because you're only going with the flow, you cannot predict the final outcome. But wherein in agility, you are working with that notion in mind that whatever I'm working on, it has to be of best quality, it has to be delivered properly, it has to give the best out. Okay. Yeah. So I think if anybody has any doubts, please feel free to ask. If not, then we can move forward. Yeah, Gaurav.
Just a doubt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So we can conclude that both flexibility and agility comes into play for an unseen development, but only agility leads to the best desired output.
Agility goes to the best, and agility also has a very planned approach, for the unplanned event, if I have to call it.
Okay.
See, flexibility just means like, it's like when you have fire, and you as a neighbor or as a friend just try to throw water it, and in a very haywire manner, you're just panicking. But then in case of this scenario, agility means you bringing in fire brigade. You know how systematic they are, what is their output. They're like, oh, the fire has to be extinguished, and everything has to be under control, nobody should get hurt. So see the approach, see the difference, the outcome of we as locals unplanned efforts, and efforts by specialists towards the best output. Yeah, I think this example, if you keep in your mind, that would help.
Yeah, got it.
So moving forward, we have further more points on this. Let's finish this. Yeah. So 5 different people reading out 5 points, please. Especially people who have not spoken till now.
When your business is agile, it can respond to a wide variety of unexpected external surprises.
However, a flexible business may only be able to respond to already hypothesized situations.
Right. Thank you. Next.
Being flexible leads to success when a predicted event occurs, while being agile will assist businesses who face unpredictable circumstances.
Agility or being relates more to strategic agility, thus impacting customer or competitive.
Whereas flexibility relates to tactical flexibility, in that their strategic objectives are clear, but methods and options to achieve them are open.
Yes. Now I'll start with the last point. Just now I gave you the example of this fire incident, right? So that's what flexibility says. You know, the tactical flexibility means you can do anything. You can throw sand, you can throw soil, you can throw water, you can throw anything and just try to extinguish the fire, right? But whereas if it is agility, that means they'll have a strategy. They'll get fire brigade, firemen will come, and they'll be systematic. They will ensure everything is under control. It's not getting out of the fire is not getting out of control and spreading across the areas. So see the difference, right? See the difference. Or also, one more important point in the discussion, see, flexibility generally works when even the events are little, in a way, planned unforeseen. Planned unforeseen means if there is heavy rain, now imagine the work from home scenario. If there is a heavy rain, then we say in an organization also, okay, we have flexibility to work from home, right? Do we use this terminology? I have flexibility in my organization to work from home. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So we use the word flexibility because it's fine. It's just a ad hoc thing that you're doing and you're managing. But imagine in case if there is any flood, if there is any natural calamity, that time the team, the organization will already have a backup process to handle that. They might have a backup team. They might move the team to some different location, or they might hire people from different location where the situation is not that worsen. Because what is the impact? See, this has happened with me. See, I'll tell you, I was working for an Indian bank, and this is a true event, by the way. And suddenly, out of nowhere, there was a fire in the building. And I remember I left that office that day at 7 o'clock, at 7 p.m. And somewhere around 7:45, the fire broke out. And there were even casualties. We lost 4 engineers, and it was so shocking for everyone that how it could happen. It was an entire development team's premises. So because bank has professional buildings. So what happened, the next day when we reached out, because it was even too soon to come in the newspaper, we just got to know on WhatsApps from our seniors and from our colleagues. So first of all, nobody could enter into the building because of this event. But then that day definitely we couldn't work. The work was hampered. It was managed by the other location. But the next day, whatever machineries we could get, or we could find the alternate substitutes. That time it was not laptops. Majorly it was desktop. I'm telling you about 10-12 years back. A story. So we were given a place at a nearby location, which a bank could manage, or they took on hire on last minute purpose, and we started working. You know what was the baseline of this entire activity? The baseline was the show must go on, because it was one of the leading bank, Indian bank, and it has to serve its customer. So though there is fire, there is flood, there is any other thing, we ensure the continuity. It is also called as business continuity plan. We might come to that later. It's not in this direct context, but I'm telling you the terminology. That means whatever happens, you do your best and ensure the final deliveries or output is perfect for the situation, and ensure that your work doesn't hamper. Make sense? Yeah.
Yes.
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 Yeah. Any
Yes.
doubts about this? I just kind of summarize all these points. So yeah, Gaurav, can we move to next slide, please?
Prerna, I think we can continue next time because we have touched the time, and next we will be talking about Agile
Yes.
Manifesto.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, and we have also finished agility and flexibility, right? So it will be next chart.
Yeah. So, or what we can do, we will
Okay.
quickly just summarize this, and then next time we will go in more detail. Is that okay, everyone? What is Agile
Yeah, can we
Manifesto?
take 5
Yes.
minutes, guys? It's really interesting to
Sure.
know. So you can actually sleep with these thoughts in your mind, and let your subconscious mind do the wonders. So you'll remember and you'll really enjoy the next session. So Gaurav, I'll just I go with for some time, and then if you want, you can continue for this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, so we won't take much time, and I'll give you basic one-liners for this. This is one of the favorite topics of mine, because it is First of all, it's very interesting, and second, it's very important from the understanding point of view. So you understand manifesto and principles, you know Agile, that's it. You know Agile well, but then you need to understand that. You don't need to remember or revise. You need to understand the concepts. Okay, so simple, and trust me, the choice of words is so simple and so beautiful that any layman should be able to understand. There's nothing, no jargons or nothing too difficult. So first line, someone please read the first line. Yeah.
Individuals and interactions over process and tools.
Perfect. So you know what? Most of you are aware of one largest bank in India called SBI, State Bank of India. Give me yeses or no, please.
Yes.
Can you
Yes.
type any
Yes.
time? Yeah.
Yes.
Do
Yes.
you know the speed of the work in that bank? Snail's speed most of the time. Now things have actually changed, but it's a
Very
typical
slow.
funny example I'll have to give. Yeah. So you know what happens in that bank? The processes, the schemes, the hierarchy, the techniques. I mean, that is so important. So it doesn't matter how urgent the situation is, how important the situation is, what the person is asking. So you know what? Wherein Agile, we exactly say the opposite. We say individuals and interactions. By the way, interactions means not only routine discussions, all the work-related meetings, discussions, communication, that is highly important over process and tools. That means nobody will tell you, hey, it is written in this process that we have to follow this. But if the customer is asking this and it is important and doable, then definitely after a detailed discussion, will follow what is asked by the customer or what is as per our discussion. It doesn't mean that they don't follow rules or something, but it simply means instead of going line by government rules kind of thing, how not government rules, by written rules, you follow what is decided by the people and by the team, because these individuals that you're working with are highly skilled. They are very good professionals and they know their work. Okay, so it's always people, individuals and interactions. I mean, and this means that whatever has been discussed recently matters the most. So it doesn't mean you have to say, oh, that policy we had in 1975, then you say, no, what, just keep that policy, it's from 1975. We have to do what is right now, feasible and important. Make sense, guys? Do you realize the difference when we say interactions
Yes.
over process?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just try to get the gist. We will explain this in detail next time again. So second point, somebody else please.
Working software over comprehensive documentation.
Thank you so much. And now this is very straightforward. So this simply means instead of having super detailed documentation, just going on and on and on only with documents, it's better to deliver the actual software. So it's better to actually develop and deliver than to have detailed documentation. Now there is a trick question that is asked almost in every interview. So they might ask you, in Agile, is documentation required in Agile or not? So by the way, by this sentence, you might feel that, oh no, documentation is not required in Agile, but no. Detailed or exhaustive or intensive documentation is not required, but basic document which is required for every project is necessary in Agile also. So this is a tip. We will revise this next time also, but always remember what Agile says is, instead of going on and writing those, books and in detail, better you start working on the development part as well and give the final delivery to the customer. So this is what it says. So yeah, next point, please.
Customer
It was easy, right? It was
collaboration
easy.
over contract negotiation.
Yeah, now this is also one of my favorites. So the way we said, it's interactions and individuals are important than processes. Same way, whatever your customer has been asking you or telling you, what meetings, discussions you have, those things have more weightage than the contract negotiation. That means whatever might be mentioned in the contract, that is fine,
which is mentioned there, but it was done maybe at the beginning of the project or maybe some time back. But right now, if the customer is asking for some change which can be doable and customer is ready to pay for it, customer is ready to give additional time for it, and it is a win-win for both of us. We are getting more funds and customer is getting more work, and it will be great for us also from delivery point of view. Please go ahead. Yeah. So you cannot go and go ahead.
Responding to change over following a plan.
Yes. So these 2 points are similar, that earlier the what I was discussing. That means though you might have a set plan to follow, but then see, agile, we learned yesterday, it's quicker, it's faster, it's dynamic in nature. So though you have a set plan at your side, but then if there is some customer request, customer change, like for example, I'll tell you, your plan is to complete say 10 tasks in 5 days by 2 people. Okay, so one person doing one task, another person doing one task. Now, out of nowhere, that one out of those 2 people, one person is not available. They might be sick, some issues at home or anything. So you have only one person and 10 tasks. So now what will you do? Will you go ahead and say, oh no, I had a plan of 2 resources working on this, now I have only 1 resource? No, you can't do that. So either you hire some other resources from other organization, or you request that resources to stretch, or you ask other resources to help them, or you yourself get involved and work on it more along with the other resource. So you see what we did? We actually responded to the plan, responded to the situation, to the change, then following the set plan which was earlier there. Make sense? Yes?
Yeah.
No, you guys are sleepy? Yeah, so that's it from my side. I know we are.
No, this
It
section is very
indeed,
interesting.
It is. No, this is indeed. Thank you so much. I'm happy you also feel it's interesting, and trust me, it's so practical. So agile, if you learn and even before you join an organization, you can definitely use in your life. Trust me, we professionals, we have been using that unknowingly because it becomes a part and parcel of your behavior. So I think that's it from my side. Gaurav, over to you for the
No,
closure or
yes. So I would suggest that thank you so much everyone for your participation. Now this is time for this is time for your attendance, and I would request you all to respond to this message of me that you can see on the screen over here. Uh, so what do you feel right now, guys? Include your top learnings. So I'm interested into that, and that will makes your attendance rolling. So I'll become individually going to review each one of your responses, and I think it is enough for today. And thank you so much for showing up, interacting, and learning. And I wish you
Gaurav,
all a
can
good
I
next
just quickly
well.
ask you just one
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
Gaurav?
yeah. I'm
Just
not
one
in
quick
rush.
question.
I'm not in rush, by
Okay.
the rest. For rest, they can resume. Yeah, you continue, by the. Yeah.
I just have one question is that, I know that you have mentioned that we should kind of share our top 3 learnings.
Yeah.
But I've started, I usually take notes for everything that you tell. So when I even have to think about what I have learned, I don't just have 3 points, like I have quite a few. So is it okay to post that, or you want to keep it to like precise three points which we learn?
In the text you can definitely include your top one only. However, I have talked about unsaid assignment, and in unsaid assignment, those are the summary videos. There you can include everything. Would love to hear from you. In fact, watch that.
Okay. Perfect.
That's the thing.
Appreciate that. Thank you so
And the
much.
another thing is that, by the still, because you are so much generous today, so I have not said that only 3 learning. I said top learnings today. If you go and you can watch that.
Okay, got you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, by the. So thank you so much,
Hi,
everyone.
Gaurav.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question.
Mridula.
For this Scrum, do we have to complete certification?
I'll be talking more about it, Mridula. So see, if you are doing external certification, that will be always added advantage. That's the number one. From for the outside world, definitely from through Guru schools, if you are going, you will be getting Guru school certification after you get placed, after you get the job in your hand. Guru schools will be giving you the certificate to your client as well, client that is Guru schools client, to whom you can showcase. However, if you are not associated with Guru schools, the international world demands from some reputed organization or some reputed standards, say for example Scrum Alliance or scrum.org, and there are multiple names, even PMI comes into that. So there you can do separate certification if at all you want to. So more details will follow in coming days, so don't worry about it. So I hope this much information is useful for you for now. Mridula, you with me still, Mridula? I Mridula, you might be speaking on mute. Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
I just joined today. So
Oh,
yesterday's class I missed, and whatever that homework also is missed. So are you going to
yeah.
send an email or it's going to
No.
be in
So
the WhatsApp group?
no communication will be over email. All the communication will go inside WhatsApp. So I think that you missed the class yesterday and today you joined little late. Is that so, Mridula?
Late in the sense, I think you were telling all about how
No,
to be
so before
punctual
that
and yes.
before that we asked for those who attend for the first time, we asked for their introduction. So though introduction round you missed, so never mind. The recording will be given to you. Yesterday's recording will follow in a while. That will be shared with you all, and I would recommend you all to go through that. Uh,
And even the
Everyone.
assignment, you were saying some assignments we need to complete.
Everything will be clarified in that session in yesterday's recording, and I will recommend you all, if you have not attended yesterday, listen to that as if you are attending that live. So spare that 1 hour and listen to the entire recording, or if you have 30 minutes, put it into 2x mode and listen to that. Okay.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Gaur.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for asking wonderful questions, staying till late, 10 minutes extra. And we'll be looking forward to talk to you again on next Sunday. Until then, attend RRP session if you can. Recording will follow very shortly. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye and good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
Good
all.
night.
Hi,
Thank you.
Gaurav, for RRR, are you going to send the link again in this group?
I think you missed yesterday's recording, Mridula.
Oh,
Yeah.
even for that.
Yeah, everything has been covered into that. And in fact, today also I have talked about it in recording we can cover, but it will answer you in the yesterday recording itself. Let me give you that to you all. Yeah. Thank you. Bye. Bye. Good day. Good night.